best Young Sheldon episodes prove that The Big Bang Theory spin-off is not only a great prequel, but also works as a standalone sitcom. When Young Sheldon premiered in 2018, there was reason to believe the show would be a huge flop. It seemed likely that Sheldon would be insufferably annoying without the support of his friend group, and the fact that the inimitable Jim Parsons needed to be replaced in his iconic role didn't bode well either. However, Young Sheldon was a massive hit with audiences and even managed to win over critics thanks to some canny surprises. After 7 seasons of surprising success, Young Sheldon came to an end in 2024. While the franchise continues with the spin-off George and Mandy's First Marriage, the best episodes of Young Sheldon give it great rewatch value. These episodes highlight the strengths of the show, from the charming lead character to the family dynamics, while also delivering a nice mix of humor and heart. These episodes cover the earliest moments of the series as well as the later seasons when the show found even more confidence to stand on its own. Young Sheldon ended its 7-season run with an episode that allowed it to go out on a high note and provide some highlights to fans of the spin-off series as well as fans of the franchise as a whole. Following the death of George Saar, it was inevitable that the final episode of Young Sheldon would be bittersweet, and Memoir certainly hit that aspect with an episode that focuses on Sheldon leaving home and beginning his new era at Caltech. The episode provides a fitting end to Sheldon's story with his family, dealing with the complicated relationships yet strong love that exists with the Coopers. However, it is also a nice tie into the beginning of The Big Bang Theory, showcasing that Sheldon found a place and people where he belonged. Fittingly, Jim Parsons and Mayim Bialik reprise their roles as Sheldon and Amy and give a little more closure to fans. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is yet another spin-off series in the franchise that explores the complicated, chaotic, and hilarious relationship between Georgie and Mandy. However, it is likely that episodes like A Launch Party and A Whole Human Being are what helped launch that spin-off series once Young Sheldon came to an end. Just as with wedding episodes, episodes with a birth are big in the sitcom world, and Young Sheldon doesn't pass up such an opportunity. With the young couple eagerly awaiting their baby's arrival, once Mandy's water breaks, there is no one around to help except Sheldon. The chaos ensues from there with a lot of great shenanigans, including some hilarious moments of Georgie struggling to install the baby's car seat. However, there are also some more impactful moments, like George Sr. and Mary confronting their marriage problems, as well as Georgie's doubts about being a father. There are plenty of sitcoms about dysfunctional families, but Young Sheldon is one that never shied away from the very serious disagreements and fights that can come about in a household of people who are simply not on the same page. This is highlighted wonderfully in the episode, The Wild and Woolly World of Nonlinear Dynamics, in which Missy is left heartbroken by a boy she has a crush on, which leads to a spiraling effect that has the whole family feuding with one another. Those fans who go to Young Sheldon to find non-stop laughs might not be as interested in this episode, as it can be quite intense at times. There are real screaming matches and insults thrown around that threaten to do serious damage to the family. Of course, things work out in the end, but without resorting to cheap sitcom writing to handwave the problems. Instead, it remains grounded and real, yet incredibly touching. While there are many great Young Sheldon episodes that see the whole family together, Cape Canaveral, Schrodinger's cat, and Cyndi Lauper's hair delivers some very memorable moments by splitting them up into groups. The episode sees Mary taking Mimo and Missy for a night at the salon while she encourages George Sr. to spend some time with Sheldon. George Sr. decides to take his son to a rocket launch at Cape Canaveral, only for the bad weather to cancel their plans and force them to find some other way to connect.